Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 6th day of October 2020. It is National Mad Hatter Day, which, who could tell with this administration? There are exactly 4 weeks until the end of the general election, 28 days, and 1 day tomorrow until the vice presidential debate. I'm near my home in Southern California this evening, and this is the plain truth. Every day I do this show, every weekday. And at the end of every show, I always say, tomorrow, we're not going to talk about Trump. We're not going to talk about the latest Trump horror. And every day, I wake up and he's done something more horrible than the day before. Today's horror was what that helicopter ride from Walter Reed was yesterday. This is one horror on top of another. First, there's a helicopter ride from Walter Reed. Now, anybody who knows DC knows where Bethesda is, and you can go straight across and end up going across McPherson Square and end up on the south lawn of the White House that way. Did he do that? No. He flew all the way around to go over the Pentagon, to go past the Washington Monument. He chose that route because I guess this was his idea of showing strength. Like, this is a power, I'm in charge. He did that on purpose. The reason why he got released at 6:30, because that's when the evening news starts. He could have went home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? First of all, he shouldn't be going home at all if he's as sick as they claim he is, but even so, he could have went home at 3 o'clock. Why did he go at 6:30? Again, because everything with this guy's a reality show. Then he gets home, walks up the stairs, turns around and rips off his mask in his, I guess, mission accomplished moment, like I beat COVID, even though doctors say that COVID doesn't really hit you until 7 days after. So in like 3 or 4 days, we'll see. Not only that, as he was clearly huffing and puffing, so he's short of breath. So then he takes off his mask for this moment, and then he does 2 horrible things. One, he walks into the house triumphantly with no mask on, with, wait staff there to greet him. This man is actively shedding coronavirus, and he goes into the house where people are supposed to be there helping him and serving him, so he doesn't care about them. And I heard a Fox reporter say, well, they're wearing masks. Again, for the 900th time. The mask is to protect other people from you, not the other way around. He should have been, if only one person was going to be wearing a mask, it should have been him. But that's a whole nother story. Not only did he do that, but he came back out and did it again for the cameras. I guess he was filming some kind of campaign commercial that he thinks this shows strength. Fox News and people who watch Fox News live in an alternative reality where that shows strength. You know what strength is? Saying, I'm sick. I'm working on it, but I'm sick. There's nothing wrong with being sick. You're a human being. This is what a demagogue does. He thinks he's God, like he can't get sick. You're a human being. You're a 74-year-old obese man. You can get sick. Chris Christie, to his credit, checked himself into a hospital, and you haven't heard from him. He's sick. That was just the beginning of the horrors. Then it got worse. This tweet, don't be afraid of coronavirus. We have therapeutics that were under my administration. We've developed therapeutics. Okay, 2 things. Number one, the therapeutics he used aren't new. They weren't developed under his administration. Everything he was given. It's not like he invented steroids. And 2, the people who are listening to this, who might follow this, look, this is dangerous behavior. Why? Because he has the best medical care in the world. He should. He's president. You don't have a helicopter to fly you to Walter Reed. You don't have access to all these experimental treatments he's getting. He got one that's a compassionate use authorization. Compassionate use, that's what they give people at the end of their life. Like, they got like 1 hour to live, so you try it, what the hell? That's what compassionate use authorization is. So they gave him that, and he then stands on the balcony triumphantly like, don't worry about COVID, that you can beat it just like I beat it. Yeah, because we all have a private helicopter to take us to Walter Reed. Yeah, because we all have a hospital in our house that we can take care of. You know, this is, again, another slap in the face to everybody who had to say goodbye to their loved ones by Zoom. This is a slap in the face to everyone who, you know, who couldn't have a funeral for their loved ones. You know, and then today, on top of everything else, that as if that wasn't enough horror, he directs his people to stop the stimulus talks. I'm commanding them to stop doing that. As if him being over the coronavirus supposedly stops the millions and millions of people who have no job, no paycheck coming in and are about to get kicked out of their apartment. He stops the talks to help them. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I'm not talking to hardcore Trump fans who are at these rallies risking their life getting the coronavirus. For all reasonable people. Reason number 1,281 not to vote for this man. There's only one person that's ever going to get us out of this mess, and that is Joe Biden. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.